They'll be calling you a radical. And I give, and I give, and I give myself away, with or without you. So, the catch. Why in the fuck? This is the one that blows my mind more than anything. The city that never sleeps. And I've screamed and fucking yelled. You know, I've stood in front of the MoMA exactly and dripped fucking blood. I'll tell you a great story about in front of the MoMA about the USS Reagan. But why the fuck will New York City, the New York Times, not report? For, against, just refuses to report the greatest fucking bailout in New York history. Bank bailout? This is the bank bailout on chemo. As I walk through Fort Greene, screaming my head off, fucking Status King Cuomo, bank bailout on chemo. I mean, it's amazing. They refuse to, for, against, indifferent, the untouchables. Fucking, it's the New Jersey Generals all over again. By the way, fucking, Flutie, fucking, but best thing he ever did was vote for that fucking piece of shit Trump. How many useful idiots he got locked up now? Let's see, Flutie won 6 MVPs in Canada. When he come back here, remember what he did with that Titans team? And that bum threw him out for his Big Johnson. Didn't like that little Flutie. That's the day Hanukkah died. The Music City Miracle, by the way, right here. By the way, I still say it was a forward pass. And, you know, Tyson's from here. I'm friends with him. So, and not Iron Mike, which I'm friends with the Iron Mike preacher, Tyson in Brooklyn, too. It blows my fucking mind. How the fuck the New York Times refuses to fucking report this? 7.6 billion. By the way, don't you love every time these fucking nuclear energy crime syndicate throw up a video, they disable fucking comments, and then the likes, unlike, they'll wait for a minute till it goes, and then they get rid of that. It's fucking amazing to me. It's bizarre. It's like I'm living in the fucking twilight. It just shows you. The nuclear energy, it's Epstein. Oh, you look at all the roads to Epstein. Fuck, I lived in New York for years and years and years. Fuck, I still fucking, play back the tape, Your Honor. I can't fucking believe it. I've protested every fucking media outlet there is. You name it. Nicely, unnicely, angry. I've tried every fucking angle now in front of the MoMA, so let me tell you this story in front of the MoMA, and then we'll play our fucking cello with a fishing pole, a ski pole. I'm going to try it with a fucking badminton. Might as well change the fucking U.S. Open to badminton. That's what fucking... You think you're elitist. By the way, go to Fort Greene Park. The Apple lost 11,500. More kids there than Utah. It's fucking Sesame Street, all good in the hood. Well, what killed him? You know, it's fucking sad as fuck. I can't fucking believe it. So, I'm protesting in front of the MoMA. As you know, I've done a lot of time. I try to time it exactly. If you want to learn anything, you're not going to learn it. Oh, I didn't find it on the internet. I looked it up. Fuck. You know, I was friends with Aaron Swartz. The first time I came out of the bone marrow transplant, I went to New York to Aaron Swartz's hearing, to his sentencing. I talked to Aaron Swartz that day. The day he hung himself. Or they hung him. That's the biggest travesty. Could be the fucking biggest fucking blemish on New York's fucking bloody fucking past. What they did to that young kid. What a genius. What a gem he was, and they murdered him. Heyman and Ortiz. Barry Antoinette Obama. What a dirtbag fucker. He put an 85-year-old... Remember when I went to the prison where Megan Rice was in Brooklyn? Protested there. You name it. I tried everything. But they took me out of the fucking scroll on YouTube. So, I'm protesting at the MoMA for the umpteenth fucking time, trying to time it exactly as Jackson Pollock. So you want to find anything, Aaron Swartz protesting the capturing of the PhDs, the capturing of the information, then the evolution of snow job. Aaron Swartz knew about Fukushima. He knew as it went after the fact. You know, he knew what he tapped into, and then he's like, oh, fuck. Why do you think they gave him 30? Hey, man, and Ortiz. Fuck. Not to be fused with fucking Pancho and Lefty. Pancho and fake Lefty, we'll call it. Some protests in there. Kicked out. I'm kicked out of everything. So, you know, we'll do that great protest. That's Eric Oppenheim, which is Dennis Oppenheim's son, which he found me on YouTube long, long ago, and he and I have done so much work together, which I think is so great because he told me, he says, my dad, in front of the Dakota, he told me, Eric told me, I just quizzed him. So we're doing a protest in New York at Washington Square, one of my protests. That's when David Bowie showed up. Changes. I'm over there visiting with David Bowie. I didn't know who Eric was. You know, a lot of people used to show up at my rallies in Washington Square, and he followed me, and, you know, we went over to the Jackson Pollock's 8th Street studio, which I've been searching for years, and just, I don't know how we intuited. Somebody says, let's go to this place. We go in it. Later, I find out that is Pollock's old studio. I mean, whoa. It's an amazing story. You know, Shirtwaist Fire on Balco, NYU on Chemo, fucking Hamilton's fucking Grave, Trinity, fucking 9/11, fucking No Stairway to Heaven, Kevin. And so he follows me and he says, God, you look familiar. You know, he says, you're staying in Fort Greene, right? Yeah, me too. I live there. Come on. You know, we'll take the train together. We visited. Let's go have a beer. Go have a beer. He says, you don't know who I am, do you? I said, God, you look so familiar. He says, I'm Eric Oppenheim. I says, oh, you got to be Dennis's son. Yeah. Wow. What a privilege to meet you. What a gem. I says, first, right off the get, no hesitation. I says, before we have any more conversation, I just want to ask you one thing. Your dad, you know, what an artist. The Upside Down Churches. By the way, Eric went to high school here in the Rocky Mountains. What's your name, little girl? In Boise, Idaho. I says, give me your opinion of my art, my form, everything that I do. He says, don't you change one thing. He and I have done that great protest inside the Unnatural History Museum. How about in front of the physical graffiti building? God, how good is those protests we did there. In the name of Luann Bambro, who was Mick Jagger's girlfriend, you know, they filmed that great video inside there. Where's my MTV jacket? I have a 1980 MTV jacket signed by Madonna that she gave me. Madonna gave me a kiss that day. Well, that's back when I used to like her work. I won the Dennis Rodman lookalike contest that day. Just took my hat on backwards, untucked my shirt, won free tickets to the fucking playoffs. So, living on a prayer, oh boy. I give myself away. So, we're protesting in front of the MoMA for the umpteenth time. I want to time it exactly where Jackson Pollock. Pollock protest. Finally, Mrs. Parsons found him. Parsons, you know, put his stuff in her front window there for, God, a year and a half. He never sold one piece. Never sold one. You know, we did exactly, Eric and I, this is before I even knew who Eric was. That's Eric Philman standing right there when I'm in Washington Square. I figured it out where he and Motherwell were sitting drunk, like they were always drunk, and arguing and fighting when Mrs. Whitney walked by and bought one of the drips. I mean, and then, believe it or not, I didn't know that was Eric. That's the same day. This is before. You know, God, what a piece. And that kid walks over, the guy walks over at Stonewall and says, they look like the tower, you know. So we're protesting in front of the MoMA for the umpteenth time. By the way, that's probably the most perfect art piece I ever did. Ackerman, Finnegan, McCormick, because they'd all been drinking heavily, you know. If you can't tell in that video, I mean, it's so perfect. Finnegan did that young, I mean, we have 60, 50, 40, 30, 20s. I mean, it's perfect. So we're protesting there again, and they come out and says, you can't protest here. And I said, why can't I? Let me back up. First, that day that we went in there, they says, you can't have anything on your body. Have my claim. And by the way, I lost that good Reno beanie of mine in there. Had paint on it from painting that day. Remember we painted in front of the MoMA? The paint froze nicely. So, I still have those signs, by the way. What signs? Poached ignorance. Popism is dead. The penny painters. So I go in the museum and he says, you can't compete with the art. That's a rule. I says, look at the way you're dressed. And Park Avenue, Skid Row. I says, look at your pretty suit. Fuck, you're running. Look at that belt buckle you got on. Please, you're the one competing. I'm not this way. And everybody, Ackerman, this guy dresses like this every fucking day. You know, and I had it and shot those pictures in front of the soup cans. You know. He says, how do I argue with that? Go. So, I'm protesting again later. Maybe a year later. In front of the USS Reagan, in front of the MoMA, won't let the art on in the modern. I mean, and then she comes out and says, you can't protest. Well, there's a big security guard there. When I first start protesting there, and he says, why does I walk up? He's like, oh my God, it's Kevin Blanche. And I says, oh yeah? And he says, yeah. And he says, you know I was on the USS Reagan when Fukushima hammered us. I was there. I watch all your work. He says, I'm supposed to kick you out of here or whatever. He says, if anybody asks, I just went on coffee break. Do your thing. I'll make sure I stay for a while. I says, it won't take me long. Do your thing. Shoot your video. I know how you roll. I went on coffee break. So he walks off. So I set up and doing my gig, whatever. I got my dresses. I'm doing my thing. She comes out, you can't protest here. I says, why can't I? I'm not on your property. Where am I? I says, I'm on the sidewalk. I'm not blocking. I know the rules in New York City. I know the fucking rules. I can protest all I want as long as I'm not impeding fucking, you know, people. If the police ask me to move because I'm impeding, I have to move, which I'll do. No electronic. I get all that. I know the rules. I've done this for fucking years. I know. Nope. I mean, then they brought scary fuck. The goons come out. You know, I don't know where they found these freaks. Whatever. Fuck you. You know. They refuse to report it. I'm blown away, to be honest with you. I mean, of all the cover-ups, I mean, of everything in the history, you know, the cello between the knees, right? Fuck, please, I hate that. I've always hated the cello between the knees. You know, I'm the rejection artist. I don't buy into their fucking shit. You know, get your Russian hat on. With or without you, as I give myself away, and I give, and I give, and I give myself away, and I give, and I give. You can't fly against the wind. Don't go. I'm still running against the wind. And I give, and I give, and I give myself away. With or without you, my hands are tied, my body. How long have I been redoing Her Great Peace? How long have I been redoing Her Great Peace, Dorothea or Reardon? And now these fuckers come out about a year ago and use my exact line, copy my exact line with their guns and their tanks and their bombs and their drones. Exact line, now it's all popped. Because I have no platform, everybody just steals from me because I give. Because I got nothing left to win, nothing left to lose. Full of fucking cancer. I'll never forget it, I'm in Fort Greene, right out of, again, come out of the Beaumont. This is fucking early Fukushima days. I walk around the corner. You know, I used to live right above Not Race. You know, and the old man's still there. He loves me. Fuck, every time I see Randy, who owns the German bar right there, fucking. I remember the first time I met her, I walked in, she says, oh my God, it's Kevin Blanche. We watch your videos, whatever. You know, that good German beer here. Her little girl painted me a beautiful, I still have it. You know, everybody on that street. You know, everybody knows me, everybody's been friendly with me. I walk around the young preacher right there. I walk around on a Sunday. I'm walking to the Barclay fucking Center, which I call the Spook Alley. You ever been in? It's like Halloween in there. I mean, it's all dark, it's creepy. It's like a fucking Halloween fucking bad made spook alley in there. It's disgusting. You're gonna have fucking, you know, my line there is always, really, I want to go to the, scalp some tickets, and I know everybody there, and I'm like, half the NBA played there. You should be paying me to go watch these sorry fuckers. How do I argue with that? Give me $5, fucking. So, I walk around the corner, and young compared to me, oh my God, Kevin Blanch on the streets of, I'd never believe I'd meet you here. He says, come in, we're doing a thing. Get up on the stage, African American church. Which I don't even like that term. American. Identified by bloodlines. We're all natives. We're born here. So I preached with him. We did our gig. My hands are tied. She's got her hands between his knees. He's got her hands between his knees. Take up them bobby boots. Let me do what I please. I can, and you can. We'll get a real bow. We'll electrify it. We'll do everything. Ooh, I like that. Rock and roll on chemo on fucking Balco, fucking. What did Patty Smythe say, Patty Smith? We're full in New York. Because I took off my shirt and showed my tits in 1982, so I'm the gatekeeper. Fuck, she ain't no fucking her. She makes me fucking sick. That's the problem, the club there. Remember Laura, pointy as whatever the fuck her name, the IT billionaire, she had a show at the Whitney. Yeah, the MIT millionaire, billionaires, endowment's daughter who killed Aaron Swartz. Oh yeah, she had a show. Astro's, I'm walking the coast of California dying of cancer with a, look him up, his name's Astro. Rex was the liaison with this. We're both dying of AML leukemia. They're walking Pacific Trail, I'm walking the fucking coast. We're talking back and forth. His name was Astro. He was a young nuclear physicist at Berkeley who got cancer, fucking same thing. Died on the fucking trail, by the way, walking through snow up to his fucking knees. He used to jump off the fucking cliffs or then scream, and we called him Astro. And then she calls herself Astros. I mean, it's so disgusting what they've done to the art scene. Pollock on Balco, fucking on chemo. I met her, the survivor of the car crash with Pollock. Pollock's from here. Pollock was born in Cody, Wyoming. Who taught him how to drip? Arnold Blanche, Thomas Hart Benton, with or without you against no. Carrasco, yeah, who taught him? The tanks and the bombs and the booster bongos trousers, with or without you. You need them long fucking libido strokes. I give myself away, and I give, and I give, and I give, and I give myself away, with or without you. I lose my hands, I got nothing left to win. Nothing left to lose. With their tanks and their bombs and their American fucking way. Why the fuck would they refuse? It just shows you who owns all these fuck. I mean, it's bizarro. I mean, boy, if I tapped into it. It's the Illuminati. They don't illuminate. It ain't the Illuminati. It's the club, the imperialists. They're back. Remember when Diego Rivera, the commie, Picasso was supposed to do that at the Rockefeller Center. He was too busy fighting Franco. Real Dada fucking fight back. Mr. Rivera, would you be interested in doing what a lazy artist he was? I'm a fresco artist. You should see, I mean, I do frescoes and I do my own plaster work with my own Alcatraz. And I can go and I end up painting all of it. 10,000 of them in this town. Yeah. I had no clue he was a commie. Years later, New York City reporter, Times, just like, my favorite is Marcel Duchamp. The brilliant New York Times critic interviews him. Oh, your ready-mades are so brilliant, Mr. Duchamp. nude descending down stairgate. Dead purple nude found in an elevator. They're so brilliant. What do you care now? I sit in the park and played chess for 30 years. Right there under your feet. You didn't care then. Why do you care now? By the way, he was the gatekeeper. So I find PhDs. I always like to find PhDs because the only ones you can find online because they don't give a fuck. They're like me. They throw them out. They don't care because they captured all the fucking academia and they own a PhD. That's where I learned everything I know about Pollock. Real. It was a NYU student did a master's thesis on Pollock. It's brilliant. I found them. They're hard to find and they dig, and that's where I found out Yoko and Paul McCartney's fucking wife went to high school together. I mean, I found all the good Lennon. Back to Eric. We're in front of Yoko's. Right there, standing where JFK blown away, John Lennon blown away. What else? The Catch. May Brussels, 1980, Carmel, California. Kids, the Bush CIA's occupied the White House. They will never leave. First thing they'll do is whack Reagan. We're talking right there, and he says, you know, this is the first time he says, you know, Kevin, my dad experimented with a camera. I used to be his model. Me and my sister were the model. I says, well, your sister's still in the art scene yet? I says, how's she doing in the art community there? Well, you know how captured. You're all over. It's all captured. I reject and quit. I'm a carpenter. He adopts and raises homeless children. I mean, he's part of the community that helps out. He rejected the whole scene. He's a fucking carpenter. Nice. Well, she had to borrow $50 from me the other day. Who wants to be in their fucking club? Your fucking times. The biggest story maybe in the history of New York. Indian Point's poisoning your water system every day. I'm friends with the fucking welder. He's in lots of videos. Sam, I'm friends with him. He's had to flee to Costa Rica. He promised he'd do a video, but he backs out. He says he was in Fukushima, Japan. He's the underground scuba fucking welder. He says, when we used to go to Fukushima before Fukushima happened all the time, you know, do the work, you know, the mob runs the show over there. And he says, we'd have to take cases of Cutty Sarkorsky, pockets of cash. I mean, it's the nuclear energy crime syndicate. Everybody knows it in New York. The fucking mob, fucking left, fucking Brooklyn. Oh, no. Fucking Status King Cuomo. He's a mobster. He's a fucking, you know, what do they call it? Pizza? You know, ask not raised. Go ask him. He'll tell you. He says, I remember the shakedowns. The old man's still there. Here. Last boy, he calls me. Get some pizza. Won't let me pay, even when I try. $7.6 billion in a shakedown, and the French government fucking back, fucking EDF owned half, 49, and they were smart enough to buy a put option. And, you know, so they exercised it. So half of the 7.6 billion is going to the French government for nothing. They've moved in. Exelon, who popped up Obama, who Cory Booker thinks he's him now, they propped him up. Now in Canada, they got these three assholes that are fucking standing there with their cowboy hats on. Oh, fuck, make you want to puke. We're going to clean up the environment by more nuclear energy. Up is down, black is fucking white. The biggest fucking toxic poison in the history of fucking mankind are nuclear reactors. Where you going to put the fucking waste? Boil the fucking Earth's fucking water. Fuck, the carbon footprint's bigger than coal. Fucking all the fucking trucking of uranium, fucking moving around, uranium fucking tailings, the whole fucking, you know, it's a nightmare. Boil the Earth's water, fucking heat up the atmosphere, fucking just, and not to mention, what about 3 Mile Island? What about 9 Mile Island? 3 times worse. So they bailed out. What about Fukushima? Anybody that's an anti-nuclear, you shouldn't even have to argue with these stupid fuckers. One word, Fukushima. Took Lake Barrett in 60 minutes, fucking 3,200 days to tell you what Kevin Blanch told you in 1 hour. In New York, the city that's never asleep is a fucking sleep. And it took them, well, it's taken them 8 years to watch 60 Minutes, and they still fucking can't get it. You know, Leslie Stahl, to Lake Barrett. Where's it at? It's right there. With or without you. The guns and their tanks. And their nuclear reactors. Oh, that tape, that's what I'll do. See, look, the experiments. There's some old red tape on there. It makes some good texture. Because I give myself. Remember when yellow and black or black and orange, and people you say, they called me and they says they're watching your videos and stealing all your stuff. There's been 3 or 4 producers and sitcom company who have called me randomly and just going out, you know, they sit around and watch stuff, steal your stuff. Thank you everybody supporting historic work, but I'm on a shoestring. I got to come up with some fucking money ASAP. Fuck, I got to get back to the tide pools. We've had fucking hard weather down there. From coast to fucking shining fucking coast. You know, Guthrie, Woody. Oh man, Trump, oh man. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my Trump, I can't pay the fucking rent. All my money at Brookhaven, fucking Woody Guthrie around Balco, fucking done been fucking spent. The club. It's fucking disgusting. New York Times. Any of them. The Post. I used to love the Post. Great balls of fire. That's when, remember when he tried to blow up the plane? Fruit of the Loon. Remember how witty and great the fucking Post used to be? Fuck, I used to love to read the Post. Laugh my balls off. Used to love it. Yeah, when that kid in Detroit tried to pull, I was on that fucking plane, the same flight the day before, and he had in his underwear, Great Balls of Fire headline. Next day is fucking Fruit of the fucking Loon. You know, they used to be, where the fuck are they on this? The club. I give myself away. Thank you, everybody supported this historic work. Herschel Walker, just like Trump, the most overrated phony fucker that ever fucked. The most overrated fucking athlete in history, Herschel Walker. The greatest trade, that was Tom Landry who did that. You know, remember when Johnson, the Cowboys, fired the fucking, through the media, fired Tom Landry? That's why, fuck those fuckers. Go Jets. He's the one that had the, he says, oh, Trump will go bankrupt. Landry, by the way, Landry died of AML leukemia. Tom Landry died of that. He drafted fucking Herschel Walker saying they'll go bankrupt way down in the draft and then traded for all those Miami Hurricanes. That fucking, I mean, isn't he the perfect thumbprint of fucking Americana? That fucking owner of the Cowboys. The only reason they won those fuck championships was Tom Landry. Jimmy Johnson and his hairspray masquerade. Fuck him too. But he fired him, which is beyond me, when all them Hurricanes were just tearing them up. But remember, Flutie beat the fucking Hurricanes, remember? That was 84. Talk about 84 on Balco. Talk about 81. The catch. Why does it matter? Boy, it matters. He's dead. He's dead. 61 years old. When he dies at 61 years old. Fuck Trump. Fuck Obama. Fuck the New York Times. Fuck them all. Fuck the MoMA. Fuck them. Fuck them. You know? Be like poet. Gotta drip. Yeah. I don't paint tomato soup cans. I paint with the fucking soup. I am the tomato soup can. I fucking don't make signs anymore. I am the fucking sign. With or without you. I give myself away. And I give. And I give.